welcome to AI Motorsport. Today we are here at Red Lodge for Club 2000 doubleheader. Let's go! So, going on to the formation lap here, we actually spin because we was not expecting how slow the front runners were going to go and how fast they went just normally. So, but now we are on the tram lines for the start of the race when we actually do get going, and it's green light and it's go, go, go. We tried to go around the outside of 101, but that's not happening. We go to the inside, but I think the outside would have been quicker looking at the number 13. 51 is now on our inside, but we dive back up the inside going into the 180, trying to keep it round the outside, and we do. Now we're behind the 13 as we try to get a good run down the straight, but we can't because we just don't have the grip. Number 13 actually running a tiny bit wide. I think maybe a slight bit of contact with the 101, but everything okay for the start. Number 13 getting a slide, but we run wide, so we can't actually do anything down into the last corner. Catching up a bit going into the last corner, but that concludes the first lap as 13 runs a bit wide, and we are now right behind number 13. Maybe looking for the move here, but no, nothing happening. 13 slides, really big slide, and we try to get a good exit, but brakes really early, and we catch up so much on the braking, pushing 13 down this straight. Looking to the inside, we're not going to go for it. We get a slide mid-corner, but that's not going to stop us from going up the inside. Now going around the second corner, number 26 actually has an incident at the front and slows right down, maybe a spin. Now we are right behind the number 26 going around the fast left-hander. We are just trying to keep up, but we just can't. We don't have the grip. As you can see, we're sliding so much. We catch up a bit there actually. We try to get a good exit, but we just cannot. We just can't keep up with them. Going into the last corner, getting very close to the wall as number 26 run wide. And now as we zoom in, you can see number 26 going for a move on the 101 as 101 goes a bit wide, trying to catch up, but as you can still see, we've just got no grip and no pace. On the rear end especially, it's just sliding around so much, getting very close to the wall there. Running a bit wide over the curb, really don't want to hit that curb. Going into the first corner, this corner is flat out, going into a heavy braking zone for turn 2. Don't want to mess that up, otherwise you might end up in the grass. As we now transition over to the end of the lap, going around the final corner on the very final lap, and that will conclude Heat 1. So, now going on to Heat 3, because in Heat 2 the battery on the formation lap died. So, going over the line, and it's lights out and away we go. Sticking behind Ethan here, but Josh is on our inside and he is now in front of us. The number 101 gets a very good exit and goes up our inside here. As you now see, 51 has now spun, everyone slows down, but the number 6 goes over the top and smashes into our radiator, breaking it, and that forces us to retire. Now for the final, as we are now behind Henry. He is the number 11, and we try get a good start, but we just don't. We are now behind Henry as the 101 and Ethan make contact and they go off, and we are still right behind Henry. And as Josh gets a very good switchback on the Humphrey and that 91, and he gets a double overtake, which was very impressive. Henry trying to get a run down the straight, but just can't. We're trying to find a move on Henry, but don't. As Henry now gets a very good exit out of this left-hander. Humphrey sees that, covers him off, opens corner up. Henry gets moved on, but then runs wide. Humphrey gets the switch back, and then I follow him through. Now we got our eyes set on Humphrey to try get past Humphrey, but he's signalling to try work together and catch up to the 91. And at the minute I am not going to try overtake Humphrey. I'm going to try work together and see what we can do to try catch up to 91, and like just trying to help Humphrey and me gain time, but Henry is right behind us, and I don't actually know if he is going to work together or just try to get past me, pushing Humphrey along just to try gain as much time as we can as we get a snap of oversteer mid corner, luckily not too severe. Trying to get a good exit, but Humphrey just gets such good exits that you just can't stay with him down here. But we do start to get better exits nearer the end of the race, so we are trying to catch up to Humphrey as we transition over, just trying to catch up as much as we possibly can. We are about the same as we were a couple of laps before we transitioned over, and trying to get a good exit here, but just can't. We have slightly caught up to 91, and as there is a bit of a free car train in front of us, trying to catch up as much as we possibly can, but we just can't at this moment in time. But we are slightly trying to get past Humphrey at this point now, because we're close enough for, if I do get the move done, we might still get a bit of slipstream. So at this point I'm trying to get past Humphrey, but as you saw, he's just now pulled away, but his tyres do go off near the end of the race, so we might have a chance then. Humphrey is still right in front of us, well, not right in front of us, he's about a second front, but he's still in front of us. Now we are no longer in the slipstream. Henry is right behind me, coming off the racing line just slightly to make sure he doesn't go up me inside. Now just trying to catch up to Humphrey, as we do a bit there. Going down the straight, we still aren't quite getting the exits right compared to Humphrey, as Humphrey gets so close to the wall. I don't understand how he doesn't hit it, but getting very close, trying to catch up as we do under braking. We're getting all the work done under braking, but just not quite getting the power down early enough to get out the corner quick enough, as we're trying to catch up to Humphrey. And we slightly are again going round the fast left-hander. Humphrey hits the curb. Sometimes you do want to hit that, sometimes you don't, depending on what line you take. As we catch up loads around this left-hander, can we go for a move into the last corner? If we can't, can we go into for a move into the first corner if we get a good exit here? But Humphrey gets a good exit and we don't quite, and we're just nowhere near close enough, as we're about to transition over to when we are getting a bit closer to Humphrey, actually very close to Humphrey, catching up so much around this left-hander. Seeing if we can go for a move here. No. Try get a good exit, but as you see there, Humphrey just getting such good exits. Going into the final corner, as Humphrey makes contact with the wall and goes spinning off. I did check with Humphrey and he was okay in the pits, but that is really unfortunate for him and for his race, because he was driving such a good race and he was driving really well as well. So, but that is us up a position. Now going down into the final corner on the second to last lap actually. Now on the final lap, as we take you through a red lodge lap, flat out left hand into a heavy braking zone for this left hander, then a little right hander to take you into the 180 complex. It's a little flick to the left, then the actual 180, and it's a long right hander into a very fast left hander. Don't quite want to hit that curb as we go onto a pretty long straight into a very fast left hander. It's a slight lift, and until it tightens up, then you've got a right hander now onto another pretty long straight into a pretty heavy last corner, and here we go over the line, and that concludes the final. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.